evening, this is Wild Mittens Meow, back with another gold making video. And this is going to be about leatherworking and how I use this profession to make gold with this profession. So, in profit wise, I brought in about 165,000 gold using this profession. So, you can see right here, she does have some expenses because I do not do farming of the dredge leather. I always buy it whenever it's reasonably priced. As you can see right now, on minimum buyout on my server is 5 gold. So I always try to look at that on a daily basis to see if anything is at a reasonable price. So that way I can go and mix them in candy gear if I decide to or something like that. So I always try to watch the auction house, see if anything gets on there. Someone did all the farming for me, and it's a reasonably priced. I can still make a good profit from it. I'm going to go that route. I'm not going to go and farm it up there. So, but I do whenever I'm there. I'm going to go and skin whenever I can. So I do some minimal skinning there, because she's also a skinner. So she's a leather worker / skinner. So, but because this character is also my character, she's my demon hunter. So I also like to run visions on her. So I don't like to spend too much time doing farming with her. I want to go out and do the visions. I finally did the full clear on both Orgrimmar and Stormwind. So now I'm working on the math side of things. So I like to do the content of that. So I don't want to continue just sitting here in my garrison and just posting. So I always try to look at if I could get something reasonably priced on the auction house, I'm gonna go that route. So let's go into the ledger and look at all the last 3 days what items sold. So I've sold a lot of burnished leather bags as well as burnished mining bags, pretty much for over 1,000 gold per. So there was one time one of the mining did go for 190 gold. That was because someone really undercut it really down, but because I do all my the Robbie's hide, there's no cost to me because I go out and I capture those cleft hoofs. They're out in the ground, right? Yes, in the ground. And I trap them and put them in my barn, so I get the hide from there. So there's no cost to me. It's just time. I go and spend 15 minutes a day on each character and capture some of these of those beasts. If it's fur, I do the wolves. If it's the hide, I do the cleft hoofs. So I always try to be sure I keep, and I have quite a bit of Robbie's hide right now, but whenever the trader comes up, I go and I switch it in for some of the primal spirits, which is also used for the burnished leather. So I'm going to kind of show you right now. So with burnished leather, I try to do the daily cooldown, which you need the Gorgon fly trap, which you can get from the herb thing, of course this from the Draenor expansion. So I always try to do that daily cooldown. You get 8 from there, and then I have the spiritual leathercraft. You use that with 1 primal spirit and Robbie's hide. So with 10 Robbie's hide, and you get 2 burnished leather, and there's no cooldown for that. There's no daily cooldown for that. So right now I can make 83 of them right now, and times that by 2, and that's 166 burnished leather if I wanted to get that many. But I have plenty right now. Oh no, I don't actually. Yeah, because I made some bags. That's right. But anyway, so whenever I need it, I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the primal spirit. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Robbie's hide and get that burnished leather. So that's something I think you should look at. Look at your auction house, on your server to find out this burnished leather's bags they're 36 slot bags. So if someone is doing a lot of skinning or doing leatherworking, they're gonna get this. They're gonna want this bag. I'm surprised I don't have it. I should have did it for myself when I'm not skinning. But so that's pretty much for the spiritual leather craft. You have to purchase that from the leather trader. So leather, right? It's called Leather Trader, and that's in the Garrett. Let me go to my that you can purchase that with 60 Robbie's hide from the Leather Trader, and your garrison. So depending on if it's in your if you're it's right there. It's inside the town hall. Is inside. I think both actually. They're both inside the town hall and Hoarder Alliance. So that's a really good seller for me. And some other items that I've sold, I'm going to kind of go here, I'm going to search by what's the most profitable items for the last 30 days. So I sold one of the Styling Crimson hats. Something you should farm up. It's a really handy leatherworking item you should have up at all times. I think that's 22,000 gold. And I've sold 3 of those in the last, probably last year. I sold that about 3 weeks ago, so it's not a frequent seller, but it's so you have to go out there and get cobra scales, which is kind of a hard um, farm. But I try to keep up some, and my sister helps as well, going out there and farming some of those up in there in the ground in Outland. So the other items, I've sold some uncanny gear. I've sold some crafted dreadful gladiator items. They're from Pandaria. I've sold some shadow leather leg armor, as well as anger hide leg armor, which is from the Pandaria expansion. You can look at it. I mean, that's 3,000 gold for those two, and 2,000. Almost 3,000 gold right there. That's really good. Turnaround there. Good profit there. And I've sold one of the Tempest knuckle one hand fist weapon, and I sold some the scaled Dranic boots, which is from Outland. It's Outland leatherworking pattern. I sold some winter boots, which is a winter veil item. Shocking. So, which is kind of odd because you can't. I don't think you can actually. You can't use it until the holiday. It's free, but it's real good. They have it ready, I guess. And so there's some Arctic shoulder pads. I think that's from Northrend. So just kind of. I always keep the course leather items up because people are leveling their characters. So they're gonna want to try to once they become 110. They're gonna want to, I think I said 111. So once they become 111, they want to get this stuff so that way they can go and do some dungeons and stuff like that to get better gear. They want to get some better gear from leaving Legion, so they can go out and do some dungeons. So I always try to keep up. I don't sell a lot of it, but it sells. So it's a pretty good profit gold making for me, and I if I were you, I would just definitely check into your server, find out if there's many people doing it. I don't have a lot of competition. Like, I want to real fast about the Moonglow vest. This Moonglow vest is a pattern you have to purchase there in Silithis. From you have to turn back time to go and do it. So you have to do some rep from doing some quests there and start turning in some of the. Do I have some? I might still have some on me. It was like those texts. Just to have them. I might have sent it to my. I think I sent it to my tailor because she needs to do it on her side. So something you should look up into. It's a really nice. I actually have it on my character. Hold on a second here. Look at it. It's a really cute vest. It's a cute little vest, and it's really attractive transmog. So I finally sold it. I put it was that for about a month and a half, and I finally sold it. It's not a frequent seller, but it sells for quite a bit of gold. So that's about it. So I can't think of anything else. I tried to purchase like the exotic leather, what you need for the magnificent hides. I try to purchase that when it's cheap. So I always watch the auction house for things, and even some of the older leather. I always try to watch the auction house. So I put it on my things to watch. I have it, watching here. So that way, if anything is good, a good price, I'm gonna buy it out. So especially if I need it. So that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I want to thank you so much for in checking out my gold making video. The next video is going to be about jewel crafting, about how I make gold on it using that profession, and see how you could use that profession hopefully on your server. So again, I thank you so much, and I hope to see you at the next video, and I hope you take care out there and have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.